and I see time and time again how people don't necessarily quit jobs, they quit managers.
You're a customer, I'm a customer. I think my expectations have gone up significantly over the last few years.
I do vendor management, so I'm in charge of making sure that all the partners have a great day, and I got to make sure they all get here.
Power of the AI I've seen is loading in 1,000 customer comments from our surveys and saying, hey, I extracted this, one of my top 10 unresolved issues.
I love that.
And like, instead of going through 1,000 and doing tracking, it's like spits out 30 seconds.
Technology has transformed how we live, work, and connect. And behind that change are visionary people with bold ideas. Welcome to the Bridgecast, where host Scott Kinka explores hybrid work, AI, and our evolving future with tech's brightest minds. Presented by Bridgepoint Technologies, the nation's leading tech advisory firm. Experience a better way. The Bridgepoint way.
Hi, I'm Scott Kinka, your host for today's special edition of the Bridgecast. I'm coming to you live from the Northeast Contact Center Forum at Gillette Stadium in Boston. I found a quiet spot to do this. By 2025, the contact center isn't just a support channel. It's the pulse of customer trust and loyalty in your business. From AI-driven self-service to seamless omni-channel experiences, the leaders gathered here are shaping the next era of service. I've had the privilege of speaking with some of the smartest people in the room here today about everything from AI ethics and workforce optimization to the power of play in your organization. You're going to hear from some really cool people. Aileen Rocheleau is the Senior Business Manager and VP who runs a contact center at Citizens Bank. Penny Tremblay, author and founder of the Sandbox system. Erin McGinnis, who runs the contact center. She's the VP of Customer Information Center at Cornerstone Bank. Dave Teixeira is one of our partners here at Bridgepoint Technologies. David McAbee is the VP of our UC and CX practice here at Bridgepoint. And Wade Hauser is the Vice President of Business Development for one of our partners, Teleperformance. All of them here, all of them telling great stories. We stitched it all together to make you this special episode. Each of these thought leaders shares a piece of the contact center puzzle and how to break down silos, elevate the customer voice, and harness responsible automation to drive measurable business impact. So let's jump right in. I hope you enjoy this unique episode. Name, what you do, why you're here.
All right, Aileen Rocheleau. I am an operations manager at Citizens Bank, and I am one of the board member of the NECCF.
Let's just talk some macro, top level, like kind of contact center, customer experience trends. One, in your business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so much of today's been about AI. So friend or foe for you? Where are you at in your journey?
So a friend with a little,
friend, that sounds
like a cautious friend.
Yeah, sure.
Because there is so much it can do. But are people confusing sometimes AI with automation, right?
Totally.
So like you've got to make that split. Like automation is something different. You can do a lot with automation.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to call that AI. But we are building an AI tool for our agents to use for their knowledge management system.
Mm-hmm.
And if we have the right data to pull from, it's going to be excellent. But it is not.
Big if. That's
like,
the if that holds most people up from really being able to monetize around AI.
You really need to put the work into it and then differentiate. Where am I going to save more money?
Yeah.
And like we're going to do a natural voice language IVR. It's going to have quite a bit of automation put into it.
Yeah.
It's not AI. It's automation. Like
you've been doing it. Cheryl Coppins from Bridgepoint, I'm sure you talked to earlier, was here, and she said the same thing. She says, we've been doing these kinds of things. If people are associating AI with, a robotic voice talking to you, we've been doing that for 20 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's gotten variably better. The difference now is that you used to build a decision tree that was very binary. Mm-hmm. And now what you're doing is you're informing it with unstructured data in a way that it can be a bit more intuitive.
Yeah.
But the function of like having a non-human answer the phone is not new.
Right. But, the power of the AI I've seen is loading in 1,000 customer comments from our surveys and saying, hey, I extracted this, one of my top 10 unresolved issues.
I love that.
And like, instead of going through 1,000 and doing tracking, it's like spits out 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, your top 10 unresolved issues are, overdraft fees or system stability or what, like stuff you kind of know, but it could quantify it fast.
Yeah.
And then you can say, hey, put this in a pretty business case.
Well, easy to then go get investment because it's not just a feeling, it's quantified.
Yeah. And I mean,
But without somebody like hunting and pecking.
without an analyst sitting
Exactly.
and like hashtagging every survey under a different category.
Amazing.
So that's powerful stuff. Like really popping that in there and having it tell a story.
I love it. What are you being asked to do by a leadership that you struggle with?
Oh, that I struggle with.
Yeah. I don't have to tell you your secrets. That's fine. But
because I don't struggle. No, I'm just kidding. You know what? The obsession about the customer experience
yeah.
should be there, but now it's breaking down the barriers that are getting in our way. So as a contact center, we don't make a product, we don't create systems, but we know the voice of the customer and we know it's broken. Sometimes it's really hard to fix it, but we have to obsess on the customer experience, and we've got to break down silos and get to the right people and really force them to the table to help us resolve. And that can be tough,
Yeah. That theme's come up in a couple of my chats today, where it was like, give us the power in the contact center to force change back the other direction.
Yeah.
We can be great at answering the phone and being pleasant and executing on the mops that we have.
But
if we have an intrinsic business problem that's frustrating people, it's not going to improve in the contact center.
Right.
It's just still there.
When we bring it to you, take us serious and do something about it. But, our new president is laser focused on experience and breaking down barriers. So at Citizens right now, it just feels really good. Like we're going to be able to get those things done. Where in the past, contact center could be frustrating because people don't want to listen to you.
Yeah.
It was train your agents better. Oh, your NPS is low?
You do better.
Train your agents better. Make them faster. And it's like, no customer wakes up and wants to call us. And we don't create things to make them want to call us.
Yeah.
We can own first call resolution so they don't have to call back, but we didn't create a product, a service, or a system.
Yeah.
So everyone should listen to us, and everybody should take contact center seriously and put their money behind fixing their problems.
I love it. All right, 2 fun questions.
Okay.
All right. A business lesson that you've learned recently, last 12 months, that you've now like incorporated into your day-to-day, but like a lesson that you probably look back on and you're like, I probably should have known that 10 years ago or 20. I need a recent aha moment.
A recent aha.
Yeah. That's sort of become cultural for you.
So, trust that the people that you have hired as your team to do the work and don't do it on your own. Like just give it to them and say, run. And if you hit a roadblock, let me know. So don't lay out the solution. Don't handhold them. Say, hey, this is what we've got. Take care of it and pull me in when you need me.
Yeah. That's
been really, that's as I've grown in my career. But listen, I build a better team that way.
Yeah.
And it frees me up to focus more on the big picture. It took me a while to get there.
Work on the business.
It's like we all want to have our hands on the pulse of everything. Like ops people, we want to know what's going on 24/7.
You want to turn the knob, flick the switch. Get the thing I get. Try not to be too prescriptive.
Yeah, but I've built a great team. I have to trust that they can do what they do and know when to get me involved if they have to. So
that's awesome advice. Last one. What are you reading?
Oh,
something.
I am reading a book, The Guest at the Wedding. I just picked it up.
Okay.
There's a little new bookshop in my hometown of Tiverton.
Okay.
And it's a beach read.
All right.
And it's about a wedding that has taken over an entire hotel. And they made one reservation for a non-hotel guest who was just going through divorce and just wanted to be there and be happy. And it's set in Newport, where I live outside of.
Feels like a customer experience problem.
Sure. Yeah. Well, somebody failed booking the reservation. So you're going to have to do gap analysis, figure out.
Right.
But listen, it's just a fun beach sour read. Like it's for this time of year, like it's the book.
Okay. Well, it was a pleasure talking to you.
Right.
I've thoroughly enjoyed my time at the event, and I'm looking forward to coming.
Good. Yeah. Can't wait to come back next year.
All right.
It's a great place to be.
It is.
All right. Thanks for your time. Glad we got a chance.
You got it. All right. Well, for the record, name who you work for. What do you do?
Dave McAbee. I work with you. I work for Bridgecast.
Yep.
I'm vice president of CX Solutions for our CX group. That's my title. What I do is I meet with clients, I triage their needs, anything related to CX, and I think really I marshal resources.
I love it. Let's talk at a macro level about what's going on. Okay. You talk to customers in your role every day. You're doing it here at the NECCF forum. What are some of the trends you're seeing right now? Maybe something that there's the obvious ones, but what are the most of your conversations about?
That's a great question. It feels like every day it's a little different.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly, AI is in every conversation that we're having.
Yeah.
I think we finally turned the corner where now the conversations are about leveraging AI in a customer-facing capacity, which a year ago, we weren't quite there yet. People love the idea. They love the ROI of doing that, but they're too nervous.
Yeah.
I think that's
So
changed.
we moved beyond foe to friend, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Possible friend.
Well,
Friend we stare at uncomfortably across the room. At this point.
what I think is going to happen now is a lot of the AI suppliers are going to have to catch up because the market, as it's embracing it, they're now coming to them with hard problems.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to do this thing, and the AI suppliers, everyone's comfortable doing password resets.
Yeah.
Or looking up an account. Now do something transactional for me. Do something difficult, right?
Place an order.
Right.
Yeah. It's not just look up order status.
That's right. Initiate shipping on this defective.
Manage this return.
Oh, right. So that's suddenly come around where we're getting requests for people to do complex things there.
Yeah.
The other thing that I'm seeing is there's still a staffing shortage in the marketplace. People are still struggling to find the right kind of talent.
That's an interesting one. I've had that question a couple of times. We've had some of the BPOs and they do some interviews today, so we'll see if we can kind of compile their answers with yours. But is that you're talking about shortages because they can't find workers, because they can't find skilled workers, because workers are at home and their technology and their mix doesn't meet where the agents are? Like, what's the cause of that staffing?
So this is gonna blow your mind. Highly skilled technical workers, they're struggling to find them domestically. AI in particular, AI ML engineers, and people that know those systems well enough to really tune AI, they're having to now go nearshore to find those resources. So the rates of nearshore have exploded. For those really highly skilled.
And just quickly, for those that maybe don't understand what we're talking about, define nearshore versus onshore versus offshore.
So nearshore, if you're in the United States, nearshore is going to be generally Latin America. So it's going to be Mexico, Guatemala, Costa Rica, El Salvador, places like that.
Canada, generally similar time zones. That's why, That's why you treat it differently than you treat outsourcing.
Correct.
Across the globe.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, understood. So let's explore that work from home thing. It feels like we're still having this conversation, 4 years removed from the pandemic, 5 years removed from the pandemic. Are businesses still struggling with where they're at, where their agents are at? Are we sort of beyond that conversation? It's accepted that we're supporting folks wherever they are.
I think we're beyond the conversation for the most part. I think what has happened is companies have settled on a strategy and they're pretty comfortable.
Okay.
It's not unique to industry. You would think that some of the more conservative industries like healthcare or financial services would still be maybe hybrid at best or strictly brick and mortar, but they're embracing work from home as much as anybody else is for certain operations, right? So I think companies, I think it's coming down from the executives, and they've decided this is what I like, or this is what I have an appetite for. Some executives are still dead set on having people in the office because they want to engender a particular culture, and I get that. Yeah. It's hard to project culture remotely to people and make them feel like they're part of something. Others are less concerned about it, or maybe there's just certain roles they say, listen, I just want talent and I'll take them where I can get them, which is what the pandemic did for us. One, it allowed people to go live at their lake house, but more importantly, companies were now able to broaden their horizons and say, I need this particular person. I don't have to look in Des Moines anymore.
Yeah.
Not a knock to Des Moines. There's great people in Des Moines, but they can go anywhere now.
But there's art to that. So the conversations are different now.
Right.
It's about how do you outsource or support, remote work effectively.
Yeah.
Right. Do businesses know how to outsource?
Some of them do. Some of them do it really well. Yeah. Others, I think companies will hire an outsourcer without having a vendor management strategy for it.
Yeah.
They generally then don't know if what they're getting is really benchmark performance out of the outsourcer.
Yeah.
They know their costs are down. They know performance is okay. Yeah. Because if it's really bad, they'll know. We love those engagements where we come in and we just help them understand, we review everything. Here's your contracts. Here's what you were promised. And here's whether or not you're getting benchmark performance compared to your peers.
Every discussion we're having is about customer interactions.
Yeah.
Just general question on impressions. What's the current state of customer expectations when they're engaging with a company?
So, you're a customer. I'm a customer.
Yeah.
I think my expectations have gone up significantly over the last few years, post-pandemic. Yeah, and I don't know that it has much to do with the pandemic. Honestly, it's just, this is where we are now in 2025. Part of it is I know what tech is available to them. I know what they ought to be able to do. But, our clients, the general public, has been their opinion or their expectation for how companies treat them is informed by so many things. But it's informed by the smart device that they use. They expect everything to be easy in front of them right now. And it's easy for me on this little device to send a tweet to the world, one to many in real time, to post a video, to go live stream. I can do all these amazing things. Why is this so hard for you to pull up my account, or share a screen with me and help me navigate this issue? So people have less patience anymore for being transferred, for being moved around, for I'll get back to you. They want to, when they reach out, they want to have the problem solved right now.
Yeah. Immediacy and ease of use are an expectation. Okay, I totally get it. Two less funnish questions. I always love to throw these at you, push you guys. Give me a business lesson you've learned in the last, call it 12 months, 18 months, whatever it is, that you've incorporated into your day-to-day that you feel like you should have known 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Something new you've brought into your lexicon, if you will, the way you run your business.
So we're in a people business.
Yeah.
And I deal with, on a daily basis, dozens or even potentially hundreds of people. Mm-hmm. And everyone has personalities and everybody needs different things. And there's naturally always conflict.
Yeah.
I feel like this last year, I got a crash course in conflict resolution. I should have known how to resolve issues with peers and partners.
Yeah.
I should have known how to do this years ago.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is me realizing I don't have to solve every problem right now.
Yeah.
And you used to show up to meetings. I used to show up to meetings armed for a fight.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen when you do that? A fight happens, right?
Totally.
I now decide to kill it with kindness, and it's made such a huge difference. And I should have learned that many, many years ago.
I appreciate the self-introspection there. What are you reading right now? I might have asked you this recently, but
geez, we're not reading
a business book. Or it doesn't matter. It could be
I'm reading. My neighbor gave me a book. It's not new, but I'm only part of the way into it. So the synopsis won't be great, but it's called "What Got You Here Won't Get You There."
Amen.
You know the book?
I haven't read it, but I know the phrase.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just about, listen, we are going to progress in our careers. We're going to progress in what we do. Kind of reminds me of Who Moved My Cheese. Very much that old classic, right? But we've always got to be learning and reskilling for the next thing.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, helping people reskill every day. Hey, McAbee, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm
Mr. Kinka. I'll see you.
Good stuff. Well, welcome back. We're back here at the Northeast Contact Center Forum. And can you please share with us, name what you do while you're here?
So my name is Erin McGinnis. I am the manager of the contact center for Cornerstone Bank here in Central Massachusetts. And I am here because I am on the board of directors.
If there was one thing you could change about your current contact center operation, it would be?
I'm not sure. I do wish I knew how to use Excel a little bit better than I currently do, especially when I'm presenting information to the executives.
Yeah.
Again, sometimes they don't know what I'm talking about. But if you present it to them in a way, and I actually just took an Excel course that pivot tables are your friend.
They are.
So if you don't know what that means, definitely look into it. So.
Is that a reflection, though, of your Excel skills or the status or lack thereof of the visibility of the analytics packages in most contact center platforms?
I think it's really, so I'm from a small contact center, and everything I've learned, I've had to learn on the go. So it's really just, trying to fit a round peg in a square hole until it works. So, again, this is why communities like this are important, because you don't know what you don't know until you know it.
Of course. I love it. All right. Hot takes. AI, friend or foe in your contact center?
So if you build it correctly, it's definitely a friend. Mm-hmm. But if you just set it up and let it go, it can be disastrous.
Carnage. Okay. And that could be a whole episode in and of itself. So we'll move on to the next one. Tell me about your agents. Work from home, work in the office, spread, flexibility. Are there outsourcers in there? Just how's all that work? And has that changed since the pandemic?
So during the pandemic, we actually were not set up to work from home at all. So it was a very stressful time. And after the pandemic, we actually were allowed to work from home. Everybody in our office is hybrid. So, and they have the ability to work from home whenever they would like. I would like to see their face at least twice a week.
Yeah.
But they get to decide when that happens. So it's very relaxed. I know there are some companies who are like, you need to be in on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, whatever.
Is that aligned with the corporate policies around remote work?
So we were the first ones who allowed remote work in the contact center. So we kind of wrote
You pioneered it.
Yeah. If it didn't work with us, it wasn't happening. So you're welcome, guys.
Again, all right. What is your, and you don't have to answer this if you don't feel inclined to, I'll just edit this out, but what is your leadership asking you to accomplish that you're finding difficult? What's the problem that you're chasing right now that they're asking you to get after?
So one of the biggest problems that we're facing in the contact center is with automation, with self-service that customers absolutely want. It's taking a toll on our agents because the only conversations that they're having are more difficult, more involved, more complex. So, it's maybe not from the executives, but for myself, I know that I need to make sure that I'm training our agents so that they can handle all of these complex situations, and also so that they're knowledgeable enough that they don't get burned down, because attrition is a huge thing.
Yeah, especially when you're like taking care of the easy calls with automation and AI and all that. So the call that lands with the agent is the tough one that requires, it's the exit out buttons.
Yeah. Exactly.
I can see that definitely adding stress as we go. All right, well, 2 fun questions, and then I'm going to get you back to your event. Okay, here's the first one. I need a business lesson, something that you've learned, that you've built into the way that you operate, that you've learned recently, let's say over the last year, that maybe you feel like you should have known, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. So I need a recent aha moment that you sort of built into the way you operate.
All right. So for anybody out there in the banking industry,
Yeah.
you're going to disagree with me, but the branch staff is your friend.
Okay.
They still will not view you as their friend, but they are your friend. You have to learn how to work with them, and you have to learn how to work with them well. So go to your managers' meetings, go to your other meetings where the branch managers are present, talk to them, find out what their pain points are when connecting with you, and try to work with them on that. And you'll find that your days become much easier.
I love that. All right, so last one. Are you reading anything? Are you reading a business book right now? Was there anything that you've recently read on that side that you'd love to tell the listeners they should go check out?
Oh, I don't read business books. I read for pleasure. I actually just read City on Fire. It was a marathon.
Okay.
So if you're not into longer books that take a while, this one's not for you.
City on.
But it was definitely good.
Give me a genre.
I don't know. It's just like drama. It takes place in the 70s in New York City about the time of the blackout. It follows all different groups of people that interact in certain ways, and it's very interesting.
I love it. It's a pleasure chatting with you.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you. So here at the Northeast Contact Center Forum, can you explain for the listeners, name who you are, why you're here?
Sure. I'm Penny Tremblay, founder of the Sandbox System. I teach people how to play nice in the sandbox at work. And when they don't, I help them fix broken or disconnected relationships. And I'm here at the Forum Expo this year as your closing keynote speaker.
I love that. And you've written, I'm going to show this here.
Sandbox Strategies for the New Workplace, Conflict Resolution from the Inside Out. And some lucky people are getting gifted a copy here today.
Oh, fantastic. I love that. And you, so just quickly about the Northeast Contact Center Forum, you mentioned before we started recording, this is sort of your first foray into the contact center space, right? So, but I'll just ask, what's your experience at the event been so far?
This has been a really great opportunity just from the moment that I was contacted as a potential speaker. Everybody has been so engaging. I've attended some of the pre-expo social meetups.
Yeah.
And, to get an idea of who's coming, and met the board members. I've been sponsored by NECCF, and I've had some Zoom calls with them, and they have purchased some books for release as well today. And I mean, I just being at Gillette Stadium is pretty fantastic. It's a gorgeous day.
Yeah.
My husband's here, and so everything is all is right in my world.
I love that. And tell me how you're going to give the keynote at the end. So kind of tie the sandbox strategies into what you've learned so far about the customer experience community, kind of the contact center customer service community.
So one of the things that I asked at a social for NECCF was, what are some of the what are your biggest challenges? And so engagement and retention was the challenge that came up.
Okay.
And so, I specialize in workplace relationships, and I see time and time again how people don't necessarily quit jobs, they quit managers.
Yep.
Or they quit toxic workplaces, or they become very conflicted because they don't feel that sense of belonging, or that they have a relationship beyond like transactional, I'll work for you, you pay me money.
Yeah.
But when you do have that, that's like the magic elixir, that is really something special. Often I hear people say, well, I'm really not happy with my job right now, but my friends work there. Or I am really, loyal to my manager, or my company's so good to me, even though we're going through this transition or stress or change. So like relationships really are the glue that hold people to workplace.
So got it. Super interesting. Have we, it's an interesting parallel because I've been speaking all day with contact center leaders. And in our space, we constantly talk about the changing role of the employee with location. And then also the changing expectations and the relationship with the customer sort of post-COVID, right at the end of the day. So, have our strategies for the workplace and building relationships in the workplace changed dramatically with the kind of work from home movement and the infrequency with which we're together?
Well, I think so. My company did a survey during the pandemic to establish the effects of COVID on workplace conflict. Okay. And what we found was that conflict has escalated, but a lot of it's running under the surface and managers aren't aware of it. Got it. Okay. I think that working from home definitely creates uncertainty. Yeah. One of the things that I recognize talking to people who are working from home is that they don't understand where they are in the pack. Like, am I doing all the work? Am I behind? Where's everybody else? Yeah. And one thing that we don't realize is when we go physically into a workplace, we get a lot of information just by getting there and being there and walking into the building. Like, who's in the parking lot? Who's at the front desk? What's on the bulletin board? Who's in that meeting room that I just saw? And we haven't even talked to anybody yet, but you're just not getting that in your silo at home. Yeah. So I think that managers and supervisors really have to work like extra hard at engaging people who aren't in the workplace, physically. Yeah. And also, even prior to COVID, anyone in a satellite office always felt like the redheaded stepchild.
Well, really, really interesting. As you think that that's also adjusted kind of the expectations of a customer in their relationship with an organization they may be calling into customer service with? Their expectations also change?
I don't really have that much insight specifically about the call center industry, but I do know that like people's stress is amplified, and their ability to, well, let me just put it this way. Civility is in the tank. It really is in the tank. Okay. And I have not ever seen the complex challenges in workplaces that I have in the last couple of years in a decade of doing mediation and workplace restorations. So what I'm saying is that like the rudeness style is way up, or the filters are almost non-existent and I feel for your frontline call center agents who have to handle it.
Yeah. Well, everybody gets, phone or Zoom muscles too. Like you would say something this way that you wouldn't say if you were this way, right? Which is certainly interesting. Well, I'm going to ask you the same fun questions that I asked everybody else, which has nothing to do with contact center at all. So I'd love to compile these answers because we have fun with them. So give me a business lesson, something you've learned and maybe incorporated into either your strategies or just the way that you operate, that you would consider a recent learning that you feel like you probably should have known all along. I need like a recent aha that's become part of your workplace operating system.
Okay. So my recent aha has gradually compacted my learning and success over the last, I'll say, 5 years, is use your CRM, Penny.
I get it. Okay.
Sit, learn it, use it for what it's supposed to be used for. Forget about doing an email over here and then entering an opportunity over here, and like everything in one place instead of everything all over the place.
I love that. What's the CRM you use?
I use Zoho.
Okay, got it. So everything in the CRM. By the way, to the Bridgepoint strategists and to our team members, use the CRM. We say the exact same thing. All right. And then besides your own book, what are you reading? Give us another reading recommendation.
Okay. Well, I am a student of Dan Sullivan's Strategic Coach. It's global, out of Toronto, Ontario. And he's written some really great books. 10X is easier than 2X is one of them.
Okay.
The Gap and the Gain is another. And gosh, I forget the third one.
That's okay. You have the author on those, so we'll put it in the notes. I
got it. It's Who Not How.
Who Not How.
Who Not How.
That's interesting. All right, we won't spoil it, but that sounds like from the title, I think I want to write it.
Yeah, it's about not necessarily thinking that you have to do everything, but you just need somebody who knows how to do the things that aren't your genius.
Okay, I love it. Well, thank you for the time. It was such a pleasure meeting you. I hope you have an opportunity to talk again, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you talk in a little bit.
Thank you. Thank you for the interview.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Scott.
Yeah. Pleasure.
All mine, brother.
So for the camera then, tell us your name, what you do.
Wade Hauser, Vice President, Business Development, Teleperformance.
Fantastic to have you here.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, how'd you hear about the expo?
Through David Teixeira.
Okay.
I've been a buddy of his. He works at Bridgepoint for about 15 years. We used to work together at Avtex back in Minneapolis.
Fantastic. And he's on the board of the NECCF as well.
Yeah. So he's reached out a couple of years ago. I actually know Sam DiLiberto as well, some other vendors who said, I need to check it out.
Perfect. So your first time?
First time.
And what'd you hope to get out of the expo?
Great question. I was looking to come here and do exactly what I have done, and that is networking, meet new people, meet other vendors. It's been a great event for that. Right now it's lunch going on. And David, who works at Bridgepoint, has been a wonderful ambassador. He's been walking me around, introducing me to people. Yeah. And then I guess, with all the years I've been doing this, I know a lot of folks already. So it's just sort of, dominoed into meeting new people. And it's been great.
You gotten to speak to some of the contact center leaders who were in the room while you're here?
Yeah, I think I have. I mean, I've met you, obviously, and I've met some, I've listened to the Vonage, I've listened to some of the breakout sessions. Cheryl, is it Cheryl?
Cheryl.
Yeah, Cheryl, David. I've met the other David as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I've met a lot of good folks. Again, I've met most of the vendors up and down.
I love it.
Yeah.
Favorite part of the day so far?
Well, this is pretty fun right here talking with you.
I love that.
But, I think the lunch going on right now with Pat the Patriot going on, taking pictures is fun. I love being at Gillette Stadium right here. If Minnesota could learn how to win a Super Bowl, maybe we could host them at US Bank. But until then, we'll just go to the Patriots. No, so it's been a good event.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, well, skipping on that, let's just go to some macro level contact center things, just, going on in this space. Adam, you talk to customers often. You're engaged in their business. What trends are you seeing in those conversations? What are the problems people are trying to solve right now?
Jeez, what a question that is.
Yeah, it's a wide one.
I mean, artificial intelligence is on everybody's mind, on every email. So I think that what that's done is, in a way, it's immobilized a lot of folks because they're waiting to see what's going to come out, what so-and-so is going to do before I do that.
I want to be a fast follower. You just don't want to be the lead. Is that kind of where you're thinking?
I would love to be in the lead, but I'm still learning the process and what to do, and I'm trying to get into my accounts. But I'd say AI is definitely the trend, Scott. I would say, I think, again, a lot of companies are sort of sticking with what they have to see what's going to go on next.
Yeah.
I think some of the, I think the whole entire business is sort of changing. I think it's sort of shrinking. I think Dinosaur, looking after the larger companies, is changing. I think some of the larger BPOs like Teleperformance are looking at some smaller opportunities for the first time. I think it's turning into a huge ball of war. Everybody's trying to go after everybody with different things.
Yeah.
I think technology as a service for the BPOs as well is changing. I think that's turning into more of a strong point. And, in the old days, call centers just had to go after butts, right? Butts and seats, and let's try to get staff going. And now you got other companies out there that we're competing with, other technology companies as well. So I think the trend is competition is picking up.
Yeah. So AI, friend or foe for you?
I'm gonna lie. I'm not afraid of it. I can't wait. I want to get good at it. I want to understand it. I want to know where to learn, where to put it, to place it, to offer it.
Yeah.
And then, but I'm really excited about it. So
Ideally, if done right, augmentation for super powering agents, not replacing them.
absolutely,
Yeah.
I'm for that. And I think if you do replace an agent, put them into something else move them over, or train them to do something else. I don't know. There's just a lot of opportunity. Now, if you're going to be afraid of it, they said the same thing about IVR 30 years ago. Oh my God, it's going to replace. Oh my goodness. And look at it today.
At the end of the day, you still want the call to land. When you can't solve it through all the automation, you're expecting it to land with a human who's
That's right.
who's it at the end of the day. We're coming off of the back. We're a couple of years now removed from COVID, and sometimes it feels like we're still talking about it, but it did change how we work and where we work. And you're in the people business. It's what you do. Is that still having that change still having a profound effect on your business?
And I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you where it may be the most obvious and silliest reason.
Yeah.
I can't reach anybody anymore by the phone. If you call a toll-free number, unless you call, you got to call in the sales and ask for you, Scott. Because if I call the front desk or an 800 number, they're not going to transfer me to you. They just don't. Oh, we don't transfer anymore. Oh, yeah, right. So that's been taken away completely ever since COVID.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to do is be a little, use some trickery and call into the sales department. Yeah. They always usually help me. That's one of my biggest secrets, by the way, right there. Okay. And that's how they will transfer me to you potentially. But to me, that's been the hardest thing is reaching. Who the contact, who the decision maker is. The problem now is reaching them.
Yeah.
At least that's one of my challenges.
Do you think that customers' expectations have changed since COVID because of how they interact with companies? Do they expect more? Do they expect less? Like, how's that?
Another great question out of your toolbox. I would say absolutely.
Yeah.
In fact, I think the intensity has picked up. The customers are smarter than ever. I didn't think that was possible about 10 years ago, but they continue to know what they want, and they better get it. And you better have the answers. At least be transparently honest with these folks, because they will find out, they're going to get what they want, whether you have it or not. They're going to find it.
Yeah.
So I think we're going into these calls and conference calls very prepared, more so than ever before.
I agree with you on that. All right. Now, 2 fun questions. Not fun.
Good.
Fun's relative at the end of the day. All right. Give me a business lesson you've learned in the last 12 months. You can stretch it or shorten it, whatever, but that you feel like you should have already known. Like something that I need a recent aha that you built into the way that you operate on a day-to-day basis.
Face-to-face. Coming to these events are crucial. Now, they're all, and I know they're hard. I was in SOCAP for 20 years. I've been part of other, to get the value, to send your decision makers and your executive level folks in these companies to send people to them. That's their challenge, and to keep it value eccentric.
Yeah.
But I would say being in front of people. And if I could tell any salesperson, new, old, whatever, young, old, get in front of people. You can't sell 2, 3, 4, $10 million deals on the phone without really meeting somebody and being in a group of folks. And this is where you meet them at these kind of shows.
I love it. Well, you sound like you're a perpetual student. So what are you reading right now?
I see my hearing.
Anything interesting?
I'm reading a Kristen Hanna book to my wife right now. At night, I've been reading to my wife for 10 years. We grab a book and then we just read at night, and that's how we fall asleep. So we're reading... I just finished the Lonesome Dove series. Okay. I read all 4 of those books. She loved them, and we cried. I can't believe it, he passed. So we as far as business books go, oh man, it's I can't recall right off the top of my head Under Pressure, but it's by Jeb Blount, and it's some about, something prospecting. And it just tells you how to, I just love it. I love the different things because again, I'm in the people business. I'm trying to reach people. Always
It's changed so much every year that every couple of years as technology changes, the way to get in changes,
It changes probably from the time we started this podcast to now. So you're right, Scott.
I appreciate it.
Oh man, I loved it. Thank you so much.
You got it. Pleasure. All right. Well, I've already done intros on this, so we don't need to do any of that. So just so we have it on camera, name, where you work, what you do.
Dave Teixeira, Bridgepoint, and I'm an equity partner here in Massachusetts.
Okay. And what do you do for the Northeast Contact Center for?
I'm on the board of directors.
Okay.
I do vendor management. So I'm in charge of making sure that all the partners have a great day, and I got to make sure they all get here.
I guess I'm not going to ask you, how did you hear about the expo?
You don't need to do that.
Nope. But I will ask you this. What did you hope to get out of the expo today?
Three things. You're trying to get, first and foremost, you're trying to get great content for all the customers that are here. That's number one. Number two is you got to get some really good vendors to provide the really good content.
Yeah.
And hopefully you get a full house and everybody gets something out of it.
Has it met your expectations so far?
It's been good. Yeah, it's been really good. It's, we're kind of back to live events, which is finally, this is the second year.
Multiple people have commented on that.
Second year. So it's been good. It's been really good.
That's fantastic. What's been your favorite part of the day so far? I know that's a so far. We still have almost halfway over.
So we did a Bridgepoint presentation on assessing the maturity of your contact center.
Yeah.
And 9 of our participants signed up to take the assessment.
Just like that, right on the spot.
Which is great. Which means, you're providing good content. People want the content. They take advantage of what we're offering. And
it's also showing the value of what the Northeast Contact Center Forum is bringing to the people who are coming here. Because these unique opportunities to get access to an assessment from a professional firm who's giving it away effectively. Get for the opportunity to have a conversation. I felt like the content, I sat through many of them, has just been absolutely fantastic.
It's good.
Really good. So in general, meeting your expectations for this year?
Yes.
Can you just give us a pitch, so I have it on video, of why a contact center leader in this market should come to next year's event? Or get involved in general in the, Northeast Contact Center Forum?
We've got a ton of good people that are involved at the board level, and we're building a great community. I mean, it's really all about, to me, people laugh, but I say, it's all about helping people with their careers and finding people new opportunities if they need them. I mean, there's a lot of disruption in the marketplace right now, and there's a lot of people here that are looking for the next opportunity, and there's nothing better than helping people feed their families.
100%. Whether that's in the job that they're in, getting better, improving skills, learning. I mean, there's been a ton of conversations about AI. There's been a ton of conversations about outsourcing.
Yep.
A ton of conversations about the changing expectations of customers.
Yeah.
Which seem to change every single year. And they become more discerning. So I think all that's been incredible content. I've learned a ton, and I fully appreciate you making sure that I came, by the way.
And thank you for coming.
No, you actually have
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Can I ask you just a couple of general questions about kind of the industry in general?
Yep.
So you talk to customers every day.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly in contact center, what are the kind of trends? What are the things you're getting asked about most now? What's the conversation today about?
There's really 2 things that people want to do right now.
Yeah.
They want to, when it comes to technology, this is just technology. We do people process too, but technology, it's the front end. What's the first experience that a customer has calling into a call center?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to update that. Can fix it, right? The second thing is everybody's looking for a solution to automate QM. Okay. Transcriptions, sentiment, make calls better, quicker, faster, get to root causes. And those are the 2 constant hot topics.
Totally get it. And they're both, at the end of the day, AI has been all over.
Yes.
And it's tied to both of those conversations.
Yep.
Right, at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Are we, for contact center leaders, are we still foe, or have we started to move towards friend when we talk about AI in the contact center?
If it's done right, friend. If it's not done right, foe. I mean, there's a presentation going on right now where a guy has just implemented AI. He did it the right way. He's got 1,000 agents doing auto QA, and he's already seeing unbelievable benefits.
Yeah.
Both from the, the satisfaction on the agent side and on the customer side and financially.
Yeah.
Everybody, it's a win-win-win.
And friend, because we're superpowering agents, perhaps not replacing them.
That's
not the conversations that are being had here.
No.
Makes sense. Let me ask you this. Are we still contending with the proximity effect of agents problem post-COVID? Like where they sit, how they sit, that they're remote? Is that still, staffing has seemed to come up quite a bit.
Yeah, I think it depends on it depends on complexity.
Okay.
So if it's a really complex challenge that you're trying to solve for, it's still a little bit of an issue.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think we're in a pretty good place. There's a lot of technology that people need to implement to make sure that agents have all the tools they need.
Yeah.
And they're working.
Yeah, of course.
If they're working remotely. Other than that, though, you've got a lot of great tools that with remote training, remote, optimization. So it's we've come out of the situation. Well, I like to say the word.
Out of this situation.
Out of the situation.
I'll just stop saying. I'm going to say the situation.
The situation.
Yeah. Wasn't that a guy on the Jersey Shore? That's your the situation. All right. 2 fun questions. I'm going to let you go.
Yep.
I need you to give me a business lesson that you've learned in the past year, 18 months, whatever it is, internalized and made part of the way that you operate, that you feel like you probably should have already known. Like, I need your most recent business.
Yep.
Aha.
My relearning.
Yeah. I like that.
Find champions that want to fix stuff.
Okay. Meaning you've spent tons of time banging your head against walls without a champion on the inside, or?
I wouldn't say
A ton of time. You know what
I wouldn't say it. Well, the way I would put it is,
Yeah.
it's you. There's so much great tech out there right now.
Yeah.
That can help with the people and the process side. And if you can find people that really want to take advantage of that and solve, then it's a great experience to help them win.
I love that. All right. I fancy you as a perpetual student. So what are you reading these days?
Not much.
Not much. His iPhone. The news. He's scrolling.
Not much. When I'm not working, I get to watch stupid shows on Netflix.
I love it.
Unfortunately.
I'm glad to hear that too. We'll edit that part out. It's okay.
Thank you.
It's all good. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Scott.
And I will say for the camera, this is an incredible event. Thank you for being, not just a, great teammate on the Bridgepoint side, but really a steward, I think, in this community of contact center leaders. You're doing great work here at the Northeast Contact Center Forum.
Takes a team.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
All right, man. You got it.
Listen, if you made it this far, there must have been some good content, or you're just a fan or a relative of mine. In either case, we appreciate you spending your most valuable asset with us, your time. We don't take that lightly. We'd also like to say one more time that we're appreciative of Bridgepoint Technologies and their belief and sponsorship of this show. We hope that if you or someone you know is thinking about your company's digital transformation, or simply the next IT project that you may not have the resources, budget, or time to get to, I'm sure that Bridgepoint, one of the country's fastest growing technology advisory and procurement firms, can help. Check out bridgepointtechnologies.com. Don't forget the E on Bridgepoint, or simply reach out to me at Skinka, SKINKA, at bpt3.net. Also take a minute, please, if you would, to give us a 5-star review on your favorite platform. It helps give us the visibility to reach other people like you. Thanks for listening to this episode of The Bridge. I'm Scott Kinka, and until next time, there's a lot of noise out there in business and in life. Do what you can to be the signal. Thanks.